Hi, everybody. I'm Justin Russell, late model driver. We race on dirt, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Republican Anthony Rogers has no previous political experience. Rogers, a comedian, is well known for a podcast called The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, man, this is Tommy Chong, and right now you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol Baskin, and you are listening to The Anthony Rogers Show.
Hey, y'all, this is Kevin from Counterbox. You are listening to the funny man, Anthony Rogers.
Hey, my name is Alex Sulkin, writer of Ted and Family Guy, and you're listening to The Anthony Rogers Show. Lucky you.
Hi, this episode is sponsored by Tequila de Mas. Get the Red Pazal, get the extra Anajo. Go to the link in the description, get some tequila. I know you're going to drink it anyway. Get good tequila, drink good tequila. Obviously, drink responsibly, and do not drink tequila while driving race cars. Welcome back to the greatest show in the entire universe. Today we have a race car driver, Justin Russell. I met in Jeff City a couple days ago. How are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm awesome, dude. How's it going?
Good. No, people were super interested in this on just like a personal Facebook. I wasn't like pushing this hard and then stuff. But I just casually posted before. I was like, I'm talking to a race car driver. Like, do you have any questions? And like questions just kind of like loaded up. Like I wasn't even expecting that. I was expecting like one or two good questions, but like people actually want to know a lot. You're doing like you're living like everyone's childhood dream, I think.
Well, I guess. I mean, we're just a big bunch of dumb kids out there playing in dirt. Kind of like we just drive in circles and crash each other. So I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
That was one of the questions was like, hang on, do you ever go get drunk and go race on the track amongst friends? That was like one of one of the questions.
That'd be kind of cool if we could, but they kind of like said something about if they think you're drinking, they'll give you a breathalyzer. So yeah, I don't think they're not gonna let us get all fucked up. So.
No, it makes sense. I just didn't know if the question I had to ask
lawyers, liability,
right?
All that good stuff.
and they strongly advised me not to admit this on video. Like, but dude,
yeah. Please do not admit to being under the influence whenever you win races. Oh, okay. I won't.
How many races have you won?
We're sitting here. I'm on number 76 right now.
76, like that's crazy. And how long of a time? How long in that time frame? Like,
I mean, I was off and on. I've raced a little bit on 15 years, roughly hardcore, 21 in general. So
that's crazy. Yeah, overall, yeah. 77 wins is crazy. That's a wonky ass number, man.
Yeah.
What got you into racing like originally? Like,
I think my pops did it back in like the 70s when everybody was like a big stoner and they didn't even like wear helmets and shit. And they just wore like handkerchiefs, threw a cage in a car and went and just like got drunk and ran into people. So, it looked cool in pictures. I thought I wanted to do it.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go through some of these questions that people are asking on my personal like Facebook. I'm gonna be like, ask them if they can drive in other disciplines. I'm not really sure what that means. Like, can you drive? I guess like different races, like rather than your race, you race in other ways, or like can you drive in other ways? I guess is what he's asking.
Well, I mean, I guess you could go run a different style race, but that's a whole different classification. It's like figure eight racing, and they got that one where you like figure eight, but you like crash into each other and shit. So ours is just like 20 laps and you get a flag and then people wreck, and then it's like NASCAR on dirt, but a lot cooler, a lot more fun.
That is cool. Like, what's one of the coolest places you've raced? That was one of the questions too.
I rate Lucas Oil Speedway is pretty badass. So
where's that
at? Wheatland, Missouri.
Okay.
It's got they actually. So if you ever get on MAV TV, we're on there a couple different times, racing on Saturday nights. So they got like concrete pits. It looks like a freaking stadium the way it's made, and it's just badass because hell, I won a couple of races. I drove a different style car, but won at Lucas on TV, on MAV TV. I mean, it's pretty neat seeing all that shit. So it gets pretty pumped up.
That is cool, man. This one's like from Alan. It's like, do you have a fear that you may be in a fatal life or death, like changing accident while racing? Is that like a constant fear while racing or anything?
No, shit. We, fear nothing, man. I mean, I did about take out the flag stand one time. I think I pretty much flipped over it, and the car caught on fire, and yeah, it like ripped it in two. I mean, that's kind of cool, but
That's
it
crazy.
it wasn't like I feared it. It was just like I'm flying through the air with Ricky Bobby. What do I do with my hands right now? Is this thing ever gonna stop? So
Yeah, that's gotta be crazy to think about. Like, Blake's asking, like, oh, what advice would you give someone like wanting to get into racing?
that's expensive. So
So get rich.
better have get some rich in-laws. Get your girlfriend's dad to like it, or I mean, start doing extracurriculars in order to afford it. That's about the best advice. Find somebody to support your habit.
So this Eric asks, how often do all race car drivers pray to the patron saint Dale Earnhardt?
Oh, the patron saint. Well, they put his picture up there. We all start crying. No, I don't think anybody does. Realistically, I think that's more of the. I think it's not the drivers. People will hold up and put a 3 on their car, but I'm going to say like the fans are probably the ones that are praying all the time. It's more the NASCAR nation.
That makes sense. Like, Jake wants to know: have you ever pissed yourself in a race?
No,
Fucking weird question.
No, I think that's like Tony Stewart, the NASCAR driver. He did once, but
Is that where you got that from? I just thought that was fucking weird, but I had to ask it because someone asked it. I'm just gonna like fucking like go with it because like it's fucking weird ass question, man.
No, I think it really did happen once.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to know this answer, but I'm still asking it. It's like, so it's like, and then Ron wants to know, do you think they should put someone? Hang on, let me read this shit before. Oh, do you think they should put some like, do not try this at home, like disclaimers on some of the stuff you do, so like people don't just think it's like easy, like for like anyone just that has a fucking car to do?
Well,
I paraphrase that, but
fuck it. I mean, yeah, you might as well just. They probably should. There probably is warning labels on stuff. You sign here. I sign like 15 pages of waivers whenever I go to like Lucas Oil, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, here, sign this. Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah." I don't know if they're like, "Yeah, you can't get any money. Yeah, if you die, it's your own fault. Please do not tell anybody to do this. If you're under the influence, we will sue your entire family." So I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean,
so kids, go ahead.
I sign a lot of paperwork.
He's not liable for it, but go ahead and try. That's what the paperwork says. It's a bunch of Ricky Bobby stuff. It just says like, is it true if you ain't first, you're last? Like I think like 15 people asked that.
Well, I think so.
It seems true.
Yep.
That was literally like the last 3 questions I read, like right before and then
okay.
My friend Bruce wants to know if you'd race him.
Well, I mean, I could, but I don't know if that's like a foot race, or we gonna are we doing like a couple of Honda Civics? I mean, we want to do like even better, like go Ford Fiestas or Festivas or whatever them little cars are, like Geo Metro styles, or what do we want to race?
Dude, that reminds when you said Ford Fiesta, bro. I drove that to Canada. I drove a Ford. I rented a Ford Fiesta because like low on gas. Drove that shit to Canada, and like I was coming back into America, and like the guard was like, "Is that your car?" And I'm like, "No, it's a rental." He goes, "Thank God." Like that's what he told me. Yeah, I just like made fun of the fucking car. Like I'm driving back through customs. What do we have here? So let me see this. How are your right turn skills? As Vince asked.
Oh, well, we steer right to go left on dirt, so I guess right turn's not too bad. We're mostly turning right as the car is sideways, so I mean, they're pretty good.
Is there any like sponsors or like people you want to shout out, like to the 15 people watching?
Oh yeah, let's see right here on the top of my hat. I got Take On TMI. Like to give a big shout out to Yeoman Racing Engines out of Kansas. Billy Moyer Jr., big World Outlaw late model driver. He builds my cars for me and does some stuff, and that's about it, realistically. So that's it. Maybe Fortress Alarms. My buddy out at the lake, he does a lot of security stuff, but you ever at the Lake of the Ozarks, hit up Fortress Alarms if you need an alarm system.